Hi everyone, I hope you can hear me. So, welcome to this completely unplanned live. I know it's Monday night here in Italy, and I should probably be relaxing like everyone else, but I just received something that I couldn't wait until tomorrow. Um, Basically, a few hours ago, I was notified of a brand new court decision from Venice, and it's one of those rulings that can really change everything. Mm, if your Italian ancestor was born before 1866, when Veneto was still under the Austrian Empire, you'll want to stay with me because this decision could redefine your citizenship rights. No fancy lights, no countdown, no scripts. I literally went live because this is too important to sit down. The Venice court has just confirmed something historic, at least in my opinion. Um, Even ancestors born before the creation of Italy can transmit Italian citizenship today. Well, let me explain exactly how and why it matters for you. To understand this, we have to go back to 1860s, the years when Italy was being formed. When the Kingdom of Italy was established, um, uh, I don't know how to explain, but I will do my best. So, when the Kingdom of Italy was established, the new government had to decide who would be considered Italian. Well, so when Veneto was annexed in 1866, everyone living there, even those born under Austrian rules decades earlier, immediately became Italian citizens from the day forward. That was the rule then, and it's still the legal foundation today. And this is exactly what the Court of Venice reaffirmed in its new decision. Basically, the judge recognized four descendants of a Venetian man born in 1850s, confirming that they are Italian citizens by blood because their ancestor became Italian the very day Veneto joined Italy. This isn't a loophole, and it's not a modern interpretation. It's literally how Italian nationality was defined from the birth of the nation. So, yes, your great grandfather could have been born when there was no Italy yet, and still become Italian automatically once his homeland joined the kingdom. So sometimes I have to look at the chat, but let me moving on. So basically, I said that when Veneto became part of Italy, everyone living in Veneto automatically acquired Italian citizenship unless they had already voluntarily become Italian citizens, citizens of another country. Please mind has the concept of voluntarity is fundamental again. That word voluntarily is absolutely crucial. If your ancestor never chose to become American, Brazilian, or Argentinian, and the citizenship abroad was simply granted automatically, then under Italian law, they remained Italian. That means you, as a descendant, are still entitled to citizenship iuris sanguinis by blood. This interpretation perfectly aligns with the 2022 Supreme Court rulings, the 25317 and the 25318. Sorry, I have to read this number because I struggle to to remember everything, and how the Venice Court has applied it again clearly and decisively. So briefly, let's summarize it simply because alive in 1866 didn't choose another nationality and you can prove the family line. That's basically the formula. So now let's look at a real world example that can help explaining this concept. For example, in Brazil, when the country became a republic in 1889, it automatically declared everyone living there to be Brazilian citizens without asking for their consent. That's what historians call the Great Naturalization. The Venice courts used this as an example to make a bigger point. If a foreign country automatically changes your nationality, that doesn't mean you voluntarily gave up your Italian citizenship. So, if your ancestor was living abroad and another country simply made them a citizen by default, Italy still considers them Italian. Pardon for my justice, but I'm Italian, so I have to do that. Um, Basically, they never signed anything or made that personal choice. The same logic applies to ancestors in the United States. If your ancestor never naturalized or did so after the children were born, your Italian bloodline remains intact. Another crucial part of the ruling concerns documents. So let me look at the chart. Hello, Camps 16 London. So basically, the court accepted the church baptism certificates as a valid proof of birth for people born before 1871, because in Veneto, parishes were the official record keepers. So, if you found an old Latin baptism record with a diocesan seal, don't underestimate it could be your key to proving your right to citizenship. So I have so many things to say, but I do want to do uh, too long live today, so maybe I will repeat this live in the next last few days. But I want to say that regarding the marriage, yes, until 1983, any foreign woman who married an Italian man automatically became Italian. So if your grandmother or great grandmother married an Italian, she became Italian too, even if she never realized it. I think this is a very important, good, and please bear this in mind because it's very relevant. In the meantime, I want to say hello to Ivan Silly. Uh, if I'll have time, I will be happy to reply to your questions later. So I want to say that this decision is very important, not just for Venice, but for all descendants of Italians whose cases were rejected because their ancestors were born too early. Many consulates still say that your ancestor was an Italian when he left Italy. Venice responds, He was Italian. Italy just hadn't told him yet. And that's a perfect reminder that the courts are often the only path to restore citizenship rights when consular procedures are slow or misapplied. So, I do want spend more time about this because I think that everything is really relevant for many of you, and I would like to have another live session in the next few days because I would like to talk about the next decisions of the Supreme Court. So I think that somebody already viewed one of my latest video talking about the next decision of the Supreme Court in January that will be really important for you. So in the meantime, I have some questions here in the chat. So my great-grandfather was born in Savona, Italy on June 20th, 1827, died in Peru. Would I find that his death certificate show whether or not he is an Italian citizen? Uh, yes, yes, you need to do that in Peru. Basically, we need to get the no naturalization certification or his or her naturalizations, and of course, in that case, the dates of the naturalization will be relevant because it's very important that the descendants was born when the ancestor was still Italian. So thank you for your question, Ivan Silly. Really interesting summary. Thank you. Thank you to be here. So Robert Pisani, so how does this impact Tajani decree in your opinion? This is a very important question. So basically, you have to understand that so far nobody intentionally declare war until the Tajani decree. But of course, the untold, the unsaid is most relevant, and this is what happening in the last days. And all these new decisions, in my opinion, are very, very relevant. But the final battle will be decided before the Corte Costituzionale. And in the meantime, we will have the Supreme Court decision that will be relevant as well. So thank you for your questions. I got other questions in the meantime by WhatsApp, via email. So I would like to reply to some of you very quickly. So let's start, right? Let's take some questions from the chat. So my ancestor was born in 1859 in Padova. Can I qualify? Yes, yes. If he was alive in 1866, absolutely. Do I need to apply at the consulate first? Maybe this is the first questions that I get every day. And my answer is not necessarily. If the consulate would like to reject your case, you can go straight to the court. Not all lawyers agree with me, and I have to say this because I want to be honest. But my personal opinion is that you can go straight to the court just because you know that in case you will apply before the consulate, you will be denied. John, I'm in the US. Does this logic apply here too? Of course, John. Yes, the same principle applies everywhere. If your ancestor never voluntarily became a citizen of another country, their Italian citizenship and yours, of course, remains fully valid. Are charity calls really accepted? Yes, I said that yes, especially for Veneto and northern regions before 1871. So Robert Pisani says that his great grandparents were born in Liguria in 1835. I think that he's one of the descendants that got the right to be Italian because Liguria was annexed to Italy when Italy was formed. So I really think that this is your case. I have to check in particular the specific case in Liguria, but I really believe that your great grandparents were fully entitled to transmit the Italian citizenship. This is another thing that I want to discuss with you before moving to the greetings, and it is that I really hate this new difference between the ones applying before the consulates and the ones deciding to applying before the courts. I'm talking about the famous difference between the categories of the Italian citizenship. I really struggle to think about some children who will become Italian, but without the full rights of the rest of Italians. I mean, it's really fair that you are Italian, but you cannot transfer your right to your children. I I don't think so, and I'll be fighting for all the ones who won't accept this difference. I don't want my children will be Italian different than me or the all the rest of Italians that own the right to transfer the Italian citizenship to their children. I'm sorry because I want to repeat this again and again because it's really important to me. Because I hate the fact that the consulate accept to recognize the citizenship without the right to transfer it to the children of the Italians. Because I think that all Italians are the same, just like all the Americans are the same. I don't know the U.S. law, but I don't think that maybe some of you will be happy to reply. But I don't think this is the case in the rest of the world. I don't know how many categories of children you have in U.S., in Australia, or all around the world. But I don't want to think about different categories of Italians. I really hate this sort of classifications. So I'm sorry for these last personal opinions, maybe not so agreeable or accepted. So okay, all right. I wasn't planning to go live tonight. It's late here in Italy, but this decision was too important not to share immediately. This is exactly why this channel exists, to give you real-time updates on the rulings and reforms that shape Italian citizenship law. I keep repeating, of course, that every case is different and one missing document can change everything. So tonight's live isn't legal advice, it's just information. So if you want to know whether this applies to your family, you can book a personalized consultation with my firm, with me, Mangata Avvocati. You will be finding the link in the description. We will be happy to analyze your lineage, your documents, and the best strategy for your specific case. And if you enjoy these spontaneous lives and unexpected lives, at least this time, please like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments if you'd like a full breakdown video of this Venice case later this week. And please give me all your suggestions because I decided to be here on YouTube for my very first time. This is my first channel on YouTube. You see that I'm not so confident with it. So this is for you, and it's very important that you give me your suggestions and your feedbacks. Thank you all for joining me, especially those watching from the United States, Brazil, and everywhere around the world. I'm sorry if I do this video in English. I struggle to speak English, so please, sorry if I didn't do this in Portuguese or in French, Spanish, but I struggle to speak Italian and English, so I don't want to bother you all. I'll see you again very soon with more updates on Italian citizenship and upcoming Supreme Court decisions. Please give me your feedbacks. Please use the comments to put your questions or everything you want to share with me and with all our community. And remember, once Italian, you are always Italian. Ciao everyone, and buonanotte from Italy.